Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect Escapes. Today's beverage is a highly carbonated yet nicely chilled and refreshing cherry cola. So welcome back to Prison Architect Escapes. This is a series where we attempt to break out facilities not made by me. This is Prisoner Blake, prisoner number 9048968, and this is the mini high-sec escape challenge, I believe, and as always we're going to try and break out of this. And interestingly, as soon as we were dumped out of the vehicle, we went into a fight mode, and we are currently not in any sort of handcuffs. What on earth has gone on there? Right, so that's been a bit of Prison Architect Escapes, and sometimes these challenges fling you a bit of a curveball. You don't really know what you're going to experience. Sometimes you go into them with little or no knowledge. Sometimes you might have a bit of a sort of forewarned a bit of information. This one, it was the former, and I didn't expect to just walk out the front door. Right. I'm going to assume that that's a bug, and we're not going to put it on the designer of the facility. And quite frankly, when as bugs go, that was quite a funny one. Let's load it back in, and let's see if we can actually look around the place and escape using, normal methods. But that's been Prison Architect Escapes. It's been a success, and that's 40 minutes. I reckon I could have done that in less time if I was a bit more astute. Anyway, let's load it back up. Okay, so we're loaded back up with this time Prisoner Steel, and I'm going to press skip to hopefully be brought back into the actual facility. So here we are, and this is the facility. As I said, the challenge there, not overly challenging. So obviously we can see that this is a fairly cramped facility. We have a lot of staff on the areas. We have snipers, we have guards with body armor, taser rollout, and I'm going to assume, perhaps wrongly, free fire. We've been placed in this very, very small cell here, and prisoner Zenith has been escorted out. So this is where we are. Now, let's just have a quick look around. So we were... I can't really get much closer. We were probably brought to past this right-hand side here, and then as you saw there, we were sort of kicked out the vehicle. Normally you have handcuffs on, so you can't just walk out. But for whatever reason, we managed it. So yeah, we'll class that as a success, I guess. It's not really our fault that we managed to do that. But what I will say is that we will try and break out using the normal means. So we've been positioned here, and well, immediately there's a gymnasium down below. So I'm thinking that we could probably tunnel through here. If we went under the water, we would have wall, perimeter wall, perimeter wall, perimeter wall, and some water. So basically, it's going to be a lot of digging. So I think, unlike previous attempts where we've actually dug out without having to get any sort of reputation points, I am going to farm some of those, specifically swimming and running. I don't think we're going to need any level of toughness or strength or anything like that. So I'll just end the fight there, then we'll go for quick and then swimmer. I probably don't need anything other than just basic swimmer, but I'm going to go with very quick and very swim, just because that's a standard, like I say, procedure there. So we'll just break a couple of these things up. Obviously, a lot of these things are designed to be hit, yet they tend to break in one hit. What I'm seeing immediately, though, is obviously we do have a high level of security in here. With we've got snipers, there was some armed guards. I haven't seen any dog patrols, not that I've been looking out too much. Was that a shotgun shell? No, it's just these breaking. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll farm these points, and that will probably do us. That's surrender now. We've actually been shot. Oh yeah, we've been shot from that guy there. So they almost certainly had free fire on. So I'm going to go with very swimmer. I actually picked up deadly rather than quick. So there's quick. So there we go, and that'll do us quite nicely. And we're going to have a look around because we've got the points that we need. We might as well go with very strong and very deadly. Why not? So I'm trying to get out here. Now, even though this is automatic door servos, there was no one on that one. We've got line tiles. We've got things like a common room here. Like I say, very, very space-efficient design. Interestingly, the yard in the middle, we can't get access to. Okay. I mean, we are, to be fair, set to medium sec. If we were to go over here, what have we got? This is a visitor area. Okay, so there might be a way to get some sort of... We might be able to get some sort of lighter if we were to break into here. And then if we... Oh, we've triggered the metal detector. And if we were then to use the lighter here, we might be able to get into this area, then go around. But I do think probably escape via tunneling is the answer, although I do anticipate a patrol in here and a patrol in here. So we'll see how we get on. There's a you can see stuff that's respawned here in the visitation, so there is definitely, yeah, some stuff in there. I don't think this is overstaffed, simply because I've tripped the metal detector and I haven't yet been searched, and obviously I don't want to start picking stuff up without being searched first. We do have a canteen in here. We've got lots of remote access doors. See these doors here? These can only be opened if you have the remote the door servos on there. Well, technically I think you can lock them open, or you can right click on them, you know, when you're playing, but by default when the prison's running, yeah, not so much. Looks like there's a shop here. We've got security down below. Is there a laundry? There is a laundry here. So we've got a laundry here and a gymnasium here. What is up here? Is it also a mirror? It is not. We've got a chapel and a cleaning cupboard. We have interestingly, what's this? Is that a holding cell? That is a holding cell, yes. Okay, so we could do... I'm not going to be able to run out the front door because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 doors that I can see. 9, probably, well, almost certainly a 10th. So there's 10 doors that I have to get through. Now, even if I had a set of keys, just going from here around the sniper into here, we might just get unlucky and, you know, we'll be taken out. I'm also going to assume that there's a guard wandering around there. Yes, there is. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to do a tunnel, and I'm going to tunnel from here. I'm going to tunnel down, across, down again, and across all the way under the water in here. That's the plan. Obviously, it's going to depend on, as always, a little bit of luck. But let's see. Obviously, this is one of the best designs ever made because it's got, you know, line tiles all over the place, and as we know, line tiles make everything better. And so let's start a tunnel. So we'll go into the tunnel and we'll dig down, and I'll follow the pipe as best I can. Now, I don't know about any sort of patrols in the cell block. If there is any patrols, obviously that could pose a bit of a problem. Now this is the question. So this large pipe is actually under the... It's actually under the foundation. So is it better to dig through the foundation with a large pipe? I actually think it is. So we're going to follow that large pipe. It's also very thematic as well, isn't it? If we're going through the pipe. Do I just dig through with the pipe? You know what? I think we might follow the pipe. Let's jump out of here, and we will go to sleep. And I'm going to follow where I think the pipe's going to go. So the pipe's going to go down here, across here, and I mean, it might go all the way under here. And if that's the case, then that'll do us quite nicely, won't it? Should we just follow the pipe? I mean, like I say, digging down might be a bit more... Oh, we've triggered the metal detector. So what I'm going to do is quickly go in here. I'm going to stash the contraband. There we go. And then I'm going to come out and wait. So obviously we've triggered the metal detector. The rope itself is not metallic. So obviously that's just been a false flag. But it does mean that there's a guard being ordered to come and search us. So we do need to make sure that we are, you know, not holding anything. So this guard here, and yep, they're searching us. Maybe we've been searched because we are actually steel and it's tripped the metal detector. No, we're not making that joke. So we've tripped that. But obviously there's nothing on it, so that's all fine. So I'll have a quick look around here. Obviously nothing's respawned. That's fine. And I'm going to go to here. Yeah, I do think it just goes straight across. And if that's the case, as soon as we get out, then digging is obviously going to be a lot easier. So let's see. So I'm going to pick up that. I'm going to pick up that. I'm going to go in here, and then I'm going to enter the tunnel. So we can sprint because we obviously picked that up. And then we dig. Ah, right. Sadly, it only goes to here. So what I'm going to do then, that's going to go along and up, and I actually have no idea where. It's going to be interesting loading into the standard mode to see exactly where that goes. But that's actually not a bad design, that, by the creator of this, because they've put the They've put the large pipe underneath some foundation, so that somewhat mitigates the disadvantage of using a large pipe. If it just went straight to source, like all the way to the right side, where you were pretty much on the outside, then that would be a massive hole in the design in terms of security. But as I say, I'm actually really curious to see what it's like when we load into that. So yeah, but obviously we'll try and do this first. So we're out of there. So it's going to go this way up here, and then it might go. It might go across to the. Like I say, I don't know where it's going to go. It'll be interesting in seeing exactly where that is. So it looks like stuff has respawned. You could tell because the stuff had moved there. So let's just go through here, and we haven't triggered that metal detector, which is good. Have a look around. Not seeing any laundry, any ropes in there. So what I'll do is I'll just stash that contraband there. We'll have another look around because we might as well. If we were to be positioned here, obviously digging down and across might be the way forward. Like I said, I don't know what sort of position the pipes are at or anything. We do have our canteen here and our kitchen. Kitchen is obviously behind many remote access doors, as well as the metal detectors, so that's a thing. In and around here, I mentioned about the visitation stuff. We could probably escape via some sort of fire maybe, but we've still got lots of stuff to contend with. There was snipers on like here as well, and I think there might have been one on the way in, so I'll have to double check on that one. Fairly big open area here for no particular reason as far as I can tell. Okay. We'll have a quick look in the laundry, and the rope has been respawned. I'm just going to double check to see if the rope has been respawned in the gym, and it's stuff's moved around, so it is possible, although a little bit unlikely. No, what I'll do is I'll steal that, the medicine, and I'll steal the club and then drop that. So now there's nothing on this sort of area here. They're probably going to respawn sooner rather than later. As I said, this is a high-sec facility, so I don't know where that other inmate went when we were put in here. I'm really not too sure. There's a rope there, and it's it's eat/lockup. I thought that guard was coming to search us there, but no, they were just picking up the contraband that I dropped, because obviously that's part of their job. Like I said, I don't think this place is overstaffed or anything like that. I think it's just a case of, you know, it's got a very small amount of inmates, and it is a small facility. So digging wise, this is going to take time. Now, I've not seen any dog patrols go around, not that I've been paying a huge amount of attention, because basically if digging across the middle, there's either going to be a patrol or there's going to be dogs going from A to B, from one place to another, and they're gonna detect it anyway. So this is just a case of just hoping for the best, really. So I think we're going to be outside soon. So there we go. So this will go to, I think, it's going to be a wall. I think it's just a standard wall, which we'll break through, and then that's outside. So we're now that's the outside now, and obviously there will be some water to dig through, and then under the water, and then also we're going to have, sadly, which is a bit of a pain. Let's hope for a bit of luck. Yeah, we're okay. Sadly, what we'll have to do is have a look for, well, see where we're at. We are now here. So we've got another level of, what's happening there? I don't want to be involved in that. Whatever's going on there, there's some level of fighting. It looks like prisoner Paul White has been knocked unconscious by that guard there. Yeah, so up there's the rope. Yeah, excellent, that's what we want to see. And then we'll grab that. Didn't trip the metal detector. And almost certainly this rope's here. We've also got a spare one there, you understand. So yes, we're about there. So we've got a couple of bits to dig through. So we'll come through here. It does appear that as of late I've escaped a lot via tunneling. Although, to be fair, at the start of this episode we literally just walked out the front door. But you know, it's a pleasant surprise. Oh, actually, wait, look at that. So I don't know if you saw there. We went straight through that. So that wasn't a perimeter wall, which is what I thought it was. It's probably just a fence, truth be told. And yeah, we're back onto the digging. So we've went through 2 bits of water. We've got that little pathway there. That is a pathway, I believe, to the guard tower, where we have the snipers on top. And you notice that obviously we are underwater here. Now, our breath-o-meter is currently going down, but we are able to dig while we're in the water. However, when you transition from land, like now, to water, you do end up not dropping the tool. It doesn't drop in the tunnel or anything like that, but it does get holstered. So we have to be wary of that as well. So let's see. So what time are we on? We're getting close to 9, so we'll come out with that one. I don't know if we'll be able to get... Yeah, just to indicate that, you know, this is probably... again, I don't know if we would call it understaffed, but that guy's been unconscious there for a little while we've been doing all of this digging. So yeah, there's a lot to unpick there. So we'll pick up this other rope up, and then we're going to go through here, and then once again we're through, and it's currently eat time, so we should be all right. Although, you know what? No, it's coming close to sleep time, and quite frankly, I don't want to be in the tunnel when the sleep ticks over. I don't think it would make any massive difference. Oh, it's eat/lock-up now. I don't think it would make any massive difference, actually. Let's just do it, because the guards will obviously try and escort us, but I don't think there'll be too much of an issue. Let's just see what happens. I'm just hoping that it doesn't cause a problem, but we'll see. So there you go. I had hold of the rope and then it drops it, but now we're here. So we'll dig through. It should be only 1 or 2 more spaces before we get to the edge here. So this is where we are trying to dig. We're underwater in a tunnel while digging through the foundation of a perimeter wall. So yeah, it's pretty much a couple of people's worst nightmare, one would believe. I say walking out the front is... Once you're in the facility, walking out the front is not a thing. Once you get off the bus, though, you can just leg it. I'm hearing shotgun fire, armed guard fire there, and tasers. And there we go. Let's just run back. So I'm hoping that the guards are not like... I hope we don't pop our head up and there's about 6 guards just looking at us. There is not. So we will go to sleep there. Alright, so shower time. Oh, the shotgun shell's just outside our door there. And that guy's still unconscious. How interesting. I wonder what's gone on there. So let's just see where we are on the facility. I reckon we are digging through that section there. So it's 1 and then that, and then we're out, basically. So again, I don't want to tempt fate. I do think that this is more of a case of it just takes time rather than a huge amount of... There's another person unconscious. Okay. Yeah, I think it's more of a case of it just takes time to get out of this thing rather than any sort of cunning plan that is needed. Someone will get that reference. Because we have a cunning plan. And I do think we can get to the next perimeter wall in this little dig session. I think it'll probably only take this rope to get through. Probably. And then we're on to land. And then it's another perimeter wall. So there's that. And then this is another perimeter wall. So I reckon another couple of ropes and we're out. And then, like I say, it's the actual big interesting part, I believe, is going to be to load it up into sandbox mode and see where the... I'm actually really interested to see where the pipework runs. To see if it would be more efficient to have just followed the pipework. If we were positioned a little bit further up, I think the most efficient way would have just been to dig just directly to the right. Just head east through the centre. There is a big downside with that, however, is that that's obviously the only way, as far as I can tell... actually, no, sorry, a lie. I was going to say it's the only way where you have people being able to get out. It's the only way for us to get in and out, really. But you know, that's a high traffic area. It's a very high traffic area. Whereas around here, you can see there's lots of staff only areas. Finally, there's Prisoner White being escorted to somewhere. There's a rope, and we're going to pick up another rope from the laundry. Like I say, if we were positioned, say, in here, one of these 2 cells, I'd just dig across and down and out, and I would literally dig underneath the sniper tower. If it was here, then it would be a similar thing. We would just go straight up. If it was on the left, then that would probably be the most difficult for tunneling, you understand. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So lots of speed. More speed, more better. We should be able to get through the perimeter wall with these 2 ropes, and then we're out. Oh no, there might be another one actually. Ah yes, I think there is actually another one. So this is perimeter wall. Oh no, it can't be. It can't be, because there's only a gap of 2 left. So this has to be a way out. Okay. Right, that should be fine. And then there we go. So that's been a bit of prison architect escapes twice. That's squad steal, and total score is 46. Time taken 1 day, 23 hours and 34 minutes, whereas previously it was 40 minutes, aka 40 seconds. That was coming in. that was coming in on the prisoner bus, and then rambling on, and then discovering that we don't have a set of handcuffs. Okay, let me load it up, and then we'll see what it looks like in the standard sandbox mode. Okay, so here we are in the standard sandbox mode, and we can see that it is both a small and very neat facility, both of which I do admire. We obviously originally were brought in here, brought all the way to about this position, and then just ran out the front door because of reasons. I don't know what those reasons are, but it was very successful. After that, we were then placed in here. We managed to go down, across, down through here, through a wall, a fence. All right, okay, is that yeah, it's spider's web. See, I thought that was like barbed wire on top of the perimeter wall, but it's not. It's just a spider's web. Through here, under the water, which is gap of 2, walkway, gap of 3, then 2 sets of perimeter wall, and then we're out. So as we can see, the walkway is connected to these guard towers. Why we wouldn't just use a walkway from here and across, like, well, across here and down, I don't know, because now in order to get to that sniper tower there, this sniper, which is Taserface, they have to go all the way down, across, continue all the way to the left of the facility, then down and then across again. Whereas there's already a door there. Oh no, sorry, my mistake. I'll wind my neck right back in. Sorry, I didn't see this little bit here. The gardener is going there. So actually, yeah, that's much more efficient. Okay, glad I spotted that. Feel free to yeah, chastise in comments. So that's fine. We've got the water pumps here. Interestingly, I thought it was going to be on the right. I mean, obviously, I would have spotted that if I was looking for it running around here. But yes, anyway, let's just go over to patrols, and we can see that there is dog patrols. There's a dog patrol there, and there's three sets of armed guards here. But although there's dogs assigned there, there's dogs assigned there which goes around, there's a dog assigned there, we didn't get detected. Let's have a quick look. It says there are 4 dog handlers, 2 on patrol, 1 on break. So maybe this is actually a little bit understaffed. 3 patrolling, 13 doing jobs, 1 on break, 9 need a break. Yes, I do think this might be a little bit understaffed. To be fair, it is nearly $1 million in debt. And the daily cash flow, although positive, it's only got a total of 19 prisoners. So this is, yeah, it's definitely a sort of escape challenge rather than something to like be yeah, to make money. So obviously the only place for inmates is in the centre here. I'm surprised that there isn't a patrol around here. That does surprise me. And there's no deployment. There's deployment in the middle, but I don't know about the rest of it. In terms of deployment, this is Supermax. So this is a Supermax facility. Obviously, we were put into medium, which is why it's sort of glitched out a little bit. We've got a lot of people assigned all the way around here, but no one actually there. This is all shared. As I said, I think we could have set fire to this area here, went into the psychologist's office and sort of ran around. If we had a set of keys, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 doors. 1, 2, 3, 4. Including the staff door, if we were to burn a hole in here. Let's assume that we fought a guard. We got a set of keys. We got from here... where is it? Yeah. We got from here, for visitation, we got a set... we got a lighter. If we got that from there, then burn a hole here. We got a set of keys, burn a hole here. 1 door, 2 door, 3 door, 4 door, 5... 5, yeah, so it's 5 doors if we were to do it that way. Obviously, the alternative for us was to dig down and across and down. Let's have a quick look at utilities and water. And, okay. So that's curious. So, obviously, the main water pump is over here. we went from this cell block down and across and then down here. Would have been more efficient to dig up and across in this way? No, not really. Because you're going through 1, 2, 3, 4 levels, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, then that's a whole set of foundations there. There's a lot of wall to dig through. Now, obviously, with it being a large pipe, it's sort of offset. You know what? It might be very similar to digging straight down, because although this is easy and this is very easy because it's outside, you've got 2 sets of perimeter wall to deal with. I still think digging down was probably the most efficient way, but the way we did it by going to the right, sorry, the way we went down, that was probably the best way. Digging to the right, however, I wouldn't rule it out as being a valid one. Certainly it'd be fine. Once you get to here, then, you know, you've got all these large pipes and then you just straight across and then down, because all of this is on the outside anyway, isn't it? Yeah, so all this is on the outside, so it's probably more similar than I expect. Yeah, okay. Well, obviously that's been a bit of prison architect escapes. If we didn't have access to the gymnasium and to the laundry, then quite frankly, I don't know what we would do on this. I don't know even. I mean, I always say that escape is possible on any facility. It just takes a lot of time. As a general rule, obviously there's always exceptions and caveats to that statement, but yeah, I do think that if we didn't have access to a laundry, and there's 2 laundries in the facility, there's one over on the right and there's one in the center, so if that was if that didn't exist, or those were staff only, getting out this thing, almost impossible. Like I say, I think the fire thing would have had to be the way forward. And if there was, say, a sniper around here, actually that sniper might be able to shoot over that wall, so I'm not even too sure. Either way, that's been a bit of prison architect escapes. We have escaped from it twice. The first one, I don't know how legit you would class that. I've never seen that before. Let me know what you think in the comments, and yeah, we'll see how we get on. If you have any tips, comments, suggestions, not just for this design but for others, then by all means let me know in the comments. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.